Said you'd be my heart's home. Guess you were biting your tongue to go. Oh, I really should've known. We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. God, your love was real, but it's down for us. No, you can't decide. Your energy, yeah, you switch things up. Now you seem brand new to me. But was that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No. Oh, I really should've known. We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's down for us. No, you can't decide.
She crashed a resort she wasn't invited to. She faked amnesia to survive. And now the man she's falling for just told her she's the most important person in his world. And she said nothing. Richard is scheming. Her sister just drove through a Jeju rainstorm to find her. And Rain Summers is one secret away from losing everything she never meant to build. This is episode 9, and nothing is safe.
When I get back to the party, I see Rain dancing with her new friends. I just stand in the corner watching her, admiring the way she moves, the genuine smile on her face. Seeing her happy makes me feel relieved. What happened earlier could have gone catastrophically wrong, but somehow we managed to get through it. Now everyone just sees it as a family misunderstanding. I keep watching her as the minutes pass. Rain is so caught up in the music and laughter that she doesn't even notice me until one of her friends whispers something in her ear. She turns and spots me across the room. I smile and wave. She beckons me over with a grin and I start going to her. Leaving her friends behind, she walks toward me, and as soon as she's close enough, I pull her into my arms and hug her tight. When I finally let her go, I cup her face in my hands and look deep into her eyes. When I felt your hand stiffen earlier while I was holding it, I got so scared, Rain. Me too, she admits, and I can see the vulnerability in her expression. For a minute I wondered if you weren't the Huncio I know, if I'd been completely played. My heart was racing so hard. I didn't know what to think. It was terrifying. I hope I never have to feel that way again. I promise you won't, I tell her firmly. It won't happen again, Rain. I hold her face gently and crash my lips against hers. She kisses me back immediately, her arms wrapping around my back, pulling me closer. But right at that moment, an angry voice cuts through the music and conversation like a knife. Get your hands off my sister, you imposter.
The drive from town to the resort feels like the longest road trip of my life, and not in a good way. I know the general area where HANIEL is located. My high school took a field trip to this region of Jeju Island a couple of years ago for some environmental science project. But knowing the area from a school bus trip and actually finding the exact entrance to Hwanggiam Jeongwon Resort are apparently two very different things, especially since this fancy place definitely wasn't here back then. First, there's the construction zone from hell. 20 minutes stuck behind a cement truck that's moving slower than my grandmother on her morning walk. The detour signs lead me down 3 different back roads that all look exactly the same, and by the time I finally get back to the main highway, I'm stress-eating the granola bars I packed for emergencies. Then Beverly's car decides to have a midlife crisis. About 2 hours into the drive, steam starts billowing from under the hood, like an angry dragon having a tantrum. The temperature gauge is creeping into the red zone, and I can practically hear Beverly's voice in my head, promising to murder me if I break her precious baby. Pull over at a sketchy gas station that looks like it hasn't been updated since the 1980s, and spend 30 minutes sitting in the parking lot, letting the engine cool down while praying to every deity I can think of. Come on, sweetie, I whisper to the car like it's a nervous pet. Just get me to Rain and you can rest all you want. Beverly will give you the spa treatment when we get home. Car seems to take pity on me because when I restart it, the temperature stays normal. But now I'm driving with the heat on full blast and all the windows down, trying to keep the engine cool while slowly roasting myself alive. Then it starts raining. Not just a light drizzle, we're talking full-on dramatic Jeju movie rain that makes it impossible to see more than 10 feet ahead. I have to slow to a crawl and turn my hazard lights on because I'm genuinely afraid some truck is going to rear-end me. The real panic sets in when I realize I'm running dangerously low on gas in what appears to be the middle of nowhere. The fuel light has been on for 20 minutes, and every mile feels like I'm playing Russian roulette with Beverly's car. Okay, car, I say out loud, because talking to inanimate objects is apparently my coping mechanism now. I know we've had our differences today, but we're a team. Don't die on me now when we're so close. When I finally spot a gas station, I nearly cry with relief. But of course, it's one of those expensive highway robbery places. I fill up anyway because I'd rather go broke than call Beverly and explain that I stranded her car somewhere in the mountains of Jeju. By the time I see the resort's elegant entrance gates, I'm exhausted, frazzled, and probably looking like I just survived a natural disaster. Which, considering the day I've had, isn't far from the truth. The security guards at the gates are more strict than I expect. No entry without proper invitations or guest passes. One of them says in a tone that suggests he's had this conversation about 100 times today. I'm here to see my sister, I explain, trying to look responsible and definitely not like someone who just drove through a monsoon to crash a fancy resort. She's a guest here. Rain Summers. Still need an invitation or to be on the guest list, he replies with the enthusiasm of someone reading a grocery list. Right, of course, because nothing about this day has been easy so far. I pull out my phone and call Richard, hoping he answers quickly. When he picks up, I can hear music and laughter in the background. He's at some party having a great time. Treasure, where are you? What's going on? Richard asks, sounding genuinely surprised. I'm here at the resort, I tell him, trying to keep the exhaustion and slight hysteria out of my voice. Something huge is happening with my sister. You know I can't sleep knowing she might be in trouble, so I drove here as fast as I could. I have to help Rain. I can't let someone take advantage of her. Oh, that's amazing, Richard says, and he sounds so excited it's almost weird. Like genuinely thrilled. I'm coming right, hang up and turn to the security guard. Someone's coming to get me. Can I just wait here without being considered a security threat? He nods and waves me to a small parking area near the gate. A few minutes later, I see Richard practically sprinting toward the entrance like he's racing to catch a flight. When he spots me, his face lights up like I just delivered Christmas morning in July. I'm genuinely surprised by how happy he seems. After everything Beverly told me, I was expecting something more sinister, but he just looks relieved and excited. Wow, I say as he reaches my car, slightly out of breath. The party must have really put you in a good mood. I'm just so relieved you're here, he says, catching his breath. Thank you so much for coming, Treasure. This means everything to me. Once Rain gets her memory back, she'll remember how much she loves me. Everything will go back to the way it used to be. As he's talking, Beverly's warnings echo in my head like a broken record. All those things she said about Richard being terrible to Rain, about him stealing Rain's job opportunity. But standing here looking at his hopeful, worried face, it's hard to reconcile that image with the man in front of me who seems genuinely concerned about my sister. Maybe Beverly was exaggerating. Maybe she only heard Rain's side when she was upset. I borrowed this car from Beverly, I tell him, so I can't leave it parked outside overnight. Can I drive in? And is it possible to see Rain tonight? Of course, Richard says eagerly, like he can't get me inside fast enough. Follow me, I'll get you through security. Resort is even more impressive than I imagined, like something out of a luxury travel magazine. Perfect lawns, elegant lighting, buildings that probably cost more than my entire college education. No wonder Rain was excited about this retreat. As Richard leads me toward the party venue, I ask, so what's Rain doing right now? Is she okay? When I left the party, she was with that guy, Richard says, and his voice gets tight in a way that makes me pay attention. The imposter who's convinced her he's her fiancé. I just hope she hasn't forgotten about me completely. That's not possible, I say automatically, though after everything Beverly told me, I'm not sure what's possible anymore. She remembers everything up to college, Richard explains, so she should definitely remember you. You two were always so close. We reach the entrance to a party in full swing. Music, laughter, lights flashing through the windows. The whole place has this festive, celebratory energy that makes me feel underdressed and out of place. I'm about to walk in when Richard grabs my arm gently. Listen, he says urgently, lowering his voice. Don't tell Rain that I called you here. She doesn't trust me right now because of her memory issues, and she might think I'm trying to use you to manipulate her. I pause, because this feels uncomfortably like exactly the kind of manipulation Beverly warned me about. But then again, if Rain really has memory problems, surprising her with complex information might not be the best approach. Just tell her you couldn't reach her phone and got worried, so you came to check on her, Richard continues. And when you got here, you had to call me to get into the resort because I was the only contact you had. That's all true, right? That actually is exactly what happened, so I nod. Also, he adds, try to get Rain alone before you tell her anything important about her real life. That man she's with, Hunseo Kang, he's very manipulative. He's probably filled her head with all kinds of lies about me, and I don't want him to influence what you say to her. Something about the way he says this makes my stomach twist uncomfortably, but I push the feeling aside. Richard describes Rain's outfit in detail. Apparently she's wearing a black dress, then says he's going to wait outside. You don't have to do that, I tell him. You can come in with me. It's better this way, he says quickly. Rain might get defensive if she sees me with you. Party is in full swing when I walk through the doors. People everywhere dancing, talking, laughing, holding drinks and looking like they're having the time of their lives. It takes me a minute to scan the crowd for Rain. And then I see her. She's exactly where Richard said she'd be, wearing the black dress he described. But what I wasn't prepared for is the way she's kissing the man next to her. They're completely lost in each other, kissing with the kind of passion that makes everyone around them stop and stare with amused, knowing smiles. Several people are watching them like they're witnessing something beautiful and romantic. Despite knowing that this guy is supposedly taking advantage of Rain's memory loss, despite coming here to rescue her from his manipulation, seeing them together makes me pause. They look happy, really, genuinely, completely happy, like they're in their own little world where nothing else matters. But then I remember why I'm here. This man is lying to my sister, convincing her he is her fiancé. She needs to know the truth, even if it hurts. I take a deep breath and shout across the party, "Get your hands off my sister, you imposter." The effect is immediate and dramatic. Rain pulls away from the kiss like she's been electrocuted and spins toward my voice, her eyes going wide with shock. "Treasure," she exclaims, her voice carrying clearly over the music. But I'm barely processing Rain's reaction because I finally get a good look at the man she was kissing, and oh my god, he's absolutely gorgeous, like stupidly, unfairly gorgeous. The kind of handsome that should probably come with a warning label. Dark hair, sharp jawline, intense eyes that could probably convince you to do anything. Broad shoulders that fill out his shirt perfectly. Exactly my type, tall, hot, looks like he could bench press a car without breaking a sweat. Wonder Rain picked him, I think, then immediately feel guilty for having that thought. Focus, Treasure. You're here to rescue your sister, not ogle her fake fiancé. My god, Rain. I say, shaking off my very inappropriate appreciation of Hunseo's appearance. We rush toward each other and hug immediately. She feels so familiar, so much like home, that I almost start crying with relief. She's okay. She's here, she's safe, she's whole. What are you doing here? Rain asks when we break apart, holding me at arm's length to look at me. How did you even get here? Why didn't you call? I came to see you, I explain, trying to sound casual and not like I just drove through hell to get here. I was worried sick. I couldn't get through to your phone for days. I couldn't just sit at home wondering if something had happened to you. Rain's face softens with guilt. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry I worried you. My phone got damaged in an accident when I first got here. But I'm fine, I promise. More than fine, actually. She hooks her arm through Hunseo's and beams at me like she's showing off a prize. Meet my fiancé, Ko Gung Hunsain, Hunseo Kang. My heart sinks a little as I watch her look at him like he personally hung the moon and stars just for her. Look at him, Rain continues, practically glowing. Isn't he perfect? He's the love of my life. I can't imagine living without him. She turns to Hunseo with pure adoration. And Hunseo, meet my baby sister. Look how grown up she is now. I've only been gone a few days and she's turned into such a beautiful young woman. What do you think? Hunseo looks distinctly uncomfortable, like he'd rather be literally anywhere else in the world. There's something guilty in his expression, something that doesn't quite fit with Rain's obvious happiness. He barely manages to nod and say, "Nice to meet you, Treasure." His voice is as attractive as the rest of him, deep and smooth, and the kind of voice that could probably convince me to make very poor life choices. Stop it, I tell myself firmly. You're here to save your sister, not develop a crush on her fake fiancé. Excuse me, I say, trying to sound casual and failing completely. Did you just say he's your fiancé? Before anyone can answer that loaded question, Rain claps her hands together like she just remembered something important. You know what? You just got here, you must be exhausted from the drive. Let's get you settled in a room. Come on, Hunseo, we need to take care of my sister. Hunseo nods, but he still looks like he wants to disappear into the floor. As we head toward the exit, I catch sight of Richard lurking in the shadows near the door. When he sees us coming, he steps forward with a determined expression that makes my stomach clench. Rain, he says, his voice carrying clearly across the space. I told you the truth about everything, and now you're going to find out who the real imposter is. Rain freezes beside me, her hand tightening on Hunsio's arm. The look that crosses her face is a complicated mixture of anger and something that might be fear. Whatever's about to happen, I have a feeling it's going to change everything. My heart is pounding so hard I'm surprised. It doesn't just leap out of my chest and start doing the Macarena. When Binna explained how she ended up as Hunsio's supposed fiancé, guilt hit me like a truck carrying a load of karma with my name on it. This woman flew here thinking she was going to plan her wedding, and instead she got publicly rejected because I'm in the picture, spinning lies like I'm competing for some kind of world's worst person award. I've been pretending to have amnesia, making Hunsio believe I genuinely can't remember my past. And now, with Treasure standing here looking confused and worried, my carefully constructed house of cards is teetering dangerously. But I can't tell Hunsio the truth, not yet, not when I have a chance at winning this contest and finally getting my dream job at Seonwoo International. Once I have that secured, then I can come clean about everything. He'll understand then. He has to. Right now, the only thing I can do is get Treasure away from here before she accidentally exposes everything. If I just grab Treasure and run, it'll look suspicious. I have to bring Hunsio along and figure out how to separate them later. When we step outside, however, I see Richard waiting with that smug expression I hate. My heart starts racing faster. My whole body tenses. Everything could be ruined in the next 5 minutes, and I'd like to thank Richard for making my life feel like a reality TV show that got renewed for way too many seasons. But then I remember, Richard is the one who started this mess. He's the one who shoved me toward Hunsio in the first place. He's the one who chose Sora over me. If anyone deserves to look like a fool tonight, it's him. Richard approaches, looking confident and eager, like he's about to reveal the winning lottery numbers. He's convinced that Treasure's presence will expose Hunsio as a fraud. I need to act fast before he turns this into his personal victory parade. I can't let him get Treasure to spill everything. I've spent years making my family believe Richard is perfect, covering up what a jerk he is. So my sister sees Richard as some kind of hero, which makes what I'm about to do even more shocking. As Richard points toward Hunsio and opens his mouth to speak, something in me just snaps. Before I can think about it, I shove him hard with both hands. He staggers backward, arms windmilling as he tries to catch his balance, and for a split second I'm genuinely shocked at myself. But I can't think about that right now. I need to sell this performance. Rain, Richard exclaims, looking genuinely stunned. But I can't back down now. I channel all my anger, all my hurt, all my frustration into my voice. That is enough. You have harassed me and my fiancé for long enough. I warned you to stay away, but you won't listen. The adrenaline is pumping through my veins now, making me feel simultaneously powerful and slightly insane. Who are you calling an imposter? How dare you? How dare you? Hunsio grabs me gently, trying to calm me down, but I'm in full unhinged girlfriend mode now. I must look genuinely unhinged because even Richard hesitates, probably wondering if I've actually lost my mind. Join the club, Richard. I'm wondering the same thing. I keep pulling Treasure until we're far enough away from the crowd that I can breathe again. Rain, calm down, Treasure keeps saying. What's happening? I left my backpack back, turn to face her, checking to make sure no one can hear us. Listen, Treasure, I say in a low, urgent voice. I haven't lost my memory. You have to play along, okay? You can't mention that Richard is my fiancé. I'm supposed to have amnesia. What now? Treasure's eyes go wide as dinner plates, like cartoon character wide. I half expect them to pop out on springs. Explain everything, I promise. But right now you need to know that Richard is a complete jerk. Everything I told you about him was a lie to protect his image. Hunsio is coming. We're going to get your stuff, but I had to get you away from Richard's dramatic reveal first. Treasure nods slowly, processing this information like her brain just got hit by a truck. Okay, this is absolutely insane, but okay, we're doing this. As Hunsio approaches, I take a breath and switch back to upset girlfriend mode. He won't leave me alone. He and Sora keep coming after us. Just breathe, Treasure tells me, clearly trying to help even though she's probably completely confused. My backpack is still back there with all my stuff. Right, okay, I'm calm now. I'm not really calm, but I'm getting better at faking it. Add it to the list of things I'm faking. When Hunsio reaches us, concern written all over his gorgeous face, I say, I'm sorry for losing my temper like that. That guy just won't stop. Last time he even forced his way into our room. What? Treasure asks, her shock looking very genuine. I'm telling you, he has zero respect for boundaries. He's supposed to have a girlfriend, but she doesn't say anything about his behavior. You know what? Let's just get your stuff and come back. Hunsio, can you wait here? Are you sure? Huntsio asks, studying my face with those intense eyes that make my knees weak. Rain, you seem really upset. I'm fine now, I promise. Line number 3047. I'll take care of her, Treasure assures him. I'll make sure she's okay. Huntsio nods, though I can see he's troubled, probably wondering if his fake amnesiac fiancée is actually losing her mind for real. As Treasure and I head back toward the party, I notice Richard lurking at the entrance like a discount supervillain. The moment he sees us, he rushes over with that desperate energy of someone whose master plan is falling apart. Treasure, he says desperately, tell Rain the truth. Tell her who I am. Listen, Richard, Treasure says, and I'm impressed by how smoothly she handles this. Now is not a good time. On, Treasure, you need to tell her the truth right now. I'm sorry, Richard, Treasure says firmly, then walks away with me like he's a door-to-door salesman she's not interested in. When we get back to the party and grab her backpack, we're about to make our escape when Sora appears like a villain in a horror movie who just won't die. So it's not enough that you crashed this retreat, Sora says with that superior smirk I've come to fantasize about wiping off her face. You had to bring your sister here too. Sora, Treasure exclaims. Strange, I just arrived and I'm already hearing that you're Richard's girlfriend. How did that happen? I wonder what everyone would think if they found out the truth about you too. Sora glares at both of us like she's trying to set us on fire with her mind. If looks could kill, we'd both be very attractive corpses right now. I grab Treasure's hand. Come on, let's go, she's not worth our time or energy. As we walk back, Richard doesn't say a word this time. He just stares at us with this defeated expression that almost makes me feel bad. Almost. Then I remember he chose Sora over me and I'm back to feeling nothing but satisfaction. When we get closer to where Huntsio is waiting, I glance back and notice Sora walking over to Richard. I can't hear what they're saying, but she looks furious with him. Trouble in paradise. I think with more satisfaction than is probably healthy. When we reach the hotel lobby, I turn to Huntsio. I'm really sorry about all that drama. Treasure has a lot on her mind and I want to get her settled. Can I spend the night with her? She can stay in our room, Huntsio says immediately. I'll crash with Declan. Oh no, why bother Declan? We can get Treasure her own room. I'll stay with her tonight since we have catching up to do. Huntsio nods. Okay, I'll see you in the morning then. We head to the front desk and Huntsio books a gorgeous room for Treasure, actually an upgrade from what we've been sharing. Of course he does. Because he's perfect and I'm a lying liar who lies. Thank you, I tell him sincerely. Treasure has been unusually quiet through all of this, probably still processing the fact that her sister has apparently gone off the deep end. When Huntsio walks us to the room and is about to leave, she suddenly says, Hold on. Huntsio, can I have a word with you? He nods. Yeah, sure. Rain, do you mind if I talk to your fiancé alone for a minute? My eyes narrow suspiciously. Why? Why the hell do you want to be alone with my fiancé? She grins mischievously. Well, what I want to say is only for his ears. I smile despite myself. Fine, but be careful, okay? Anyone who sets their sights on my man won't live to tell the story. Oh, I'm terrified, she says sarcastically, pulling Huntsio aside. She whispers something to him and he nods, flashing a smile at her. Then they both walk back to me looking suspiciously pleased with themselves. So what did you two gossip about? I ask, trying to sound casual and failing completely. Huntsio grins. I'm sorry, but I'm not supposed to tell. Keeping secrets from me already. I tease, though the irony of me saying this isn't lost on me. I think your sister would be in a better position to tell you, he says diplomatically. I turn to Treasure. What did you tell him? Well, she says with a shrug, I told him I totally approve of him. You guys look perfect together. What do you mean you approve of him? I ask, continuing the lie like it's my full-time job now. You should already know he's my fiancé. We've been together for a long time. Yes, of course I knew that, Treasure says quickly. But I haven't exactly met him in person before and the pictures really haven't done him justice. She turns to Huntsio. I can see why my sister is so into you. She's lucky because you're quite the catch. Grit my teeth playfully. Come on, Treasure, don't embarrass me, she laughs. Relax. All right then, Huntsio, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Will you be up for the next game? The game, he exclaims. I almost forgot to check what tomorrow's challenge is. Seriously, try and check the schedule, okay? I remind him. I'm sure it'll be fun and we're going to destroy the competition. Huntsio smiles. I'm really looking forward to it. He turns to leave, but I call out, Hold on, Huntsio. He stops and looks back. Yes, what is it? I run toward him, cup his face in my hands, and kiss him like we're in a romance movie, and the credits are about to roll. His arms immediately go around me as he kisses me back with the kind of passion that makes my toes curl and my brain forget how to function. Suddenly, Treasure starts coughing loudly and dramatically like she's auditioning for a tuberculosis awareness campaign. We ignore her and keep kissing until her coughing becomes impossible to ignore. I finally pull away and turn to her. Get a room, you guys, she says. I am literally standing right here and you're making me jealous. Come on, Rain, why are you being so insensitive? I smile. All right, Hansio, I'll miss you. Good night. Night, he says softly and walks away. Once we're inside with the door locked, Treasure explodes. Oh my God, Rain, you're blowing my mind right now. Tell me what you said out there wasn't a joke. You mean you haven't lost your memory? You're faking the whole thing. And you're really into this incredibly hot guy, Hansio? Pretty much, I reply, going to sit on the bed. Who are you and what have you done with my sister? Treasure asks, sitting beside me. I sigh heavily. Well, I guess sometimes we find what we didn't know we were looking for right in front of us. Hansio is special, and frankly, I don't think I deserve him. Would you say that? So I tell her everything. About Richard's years of treating me like an afterthought. About him choosing Sora for this trip. About driving here myself and Sora pushing me into the pool. About waking up and deciding to fake amnesia because I was hurt and angry and scared Richard would send me away. I thought maybe I'd give Richard a chance if he apologized, I explain. But instead, he literally pushed me toward Hansio and claimed Hansio was my fiancé. Just threw me away like garbage. So is Hansio taking advantage of you? Treasure asks carefully. No. I say firmly. Hansio called Richard out immediately. He couldn't believe Richard would push his own fiancé toward another man. He only agreed to play along because he felt sorry for me. He told Richard he was doing it to protect me. I pause, thinking about those first days. Even when we were sharing a room, he tried to keep his distance. I kept flirting with him and he was always careful and respectful. But eventually something started developing between us. He's been protecting me, standing up for me. He's been so good to me, Treasure, and I think I'm falling in love with him. Treasure looks amazed. This is like something out of a K-drama. I know it sounds crazy, I admit, but it's real. What I feel for him is real. He suspects you're faking the amnesia. No, I say quietly. And I can't tell him yet. I need to win this contest first and get the job at Seonwoo. Once I have that secured, once I've achieved what I came here for, then I can tell him everything. He'll understand why I did it. You sure about that? Treasure asks doubtfully. Have to believe he will, I say. Because if he doesn't, I don't know what I'll do. What did you tell him when you pulled him aside? I told him I know he's not really your fiancé, but I've always known Richard is a jerk, Treasure explains. I just didn't say anything because you were so blindly in love with him. Now that you've chosen Hansio and I've seen that he's hot and cool and makes you happy, I'll keep my mouth shut and let you two be together. That's what you said. Yeah, Treasure confirms. I mean, I didn't want to blow your cover. If I hadn't said that, I would have had to expose him as a fake fiancé since you supposedly have amnesia. I smile with relief. Thank you. Seriously, thank you for covering for me. Well, Beverly already filled me in about Richard being terrible. Treasure admits, it was hard to believe at first, but after what you told me outside, I decided to make things easier for you. Hearing Beverly's name, I feel a pang of guilt about all the lies I've told my family over the years. I'll make it right, I promise. After the contest, after I get the job, I'll tell everyone the truth. About Richard, about Hansio, about everything. Better call Mom tomorrow, Treasure reminds me. She's worried sick. I will, I promise. We chat a bit more about lighter things, but I keep glancing at the door. My mind keeps drifting to Hansio, wondering what he's doing, wishing I was with him. Finally, Treasure laughs. Okay, you're clearly not mentally present here. You want to go back to him, don't you? Is it that obvious? You're practically vibrating, she says. Look, I didn't drive all this way just to keep you from your hot fake fiancé. Go be with him. You sure I don't want to abandon you? Rain, I'm 19, not 9, Treasure interrupts. I can handle one night alone in a fancy hotel room. Go, but hey, if you're going to, be safe about it, okay? I feel my face heat up. Oh my God, Treasure. Just saying, I'm not ready to be an aunt yet. Grab a pillow and throw it at her, laughing. Good night, you brat. Night, Rain, and have fun. I slip out of the room, my heart already racing with anticipation. As I walk down the hallway toward Hansio's room, I can't help smiling. Yes, I'm still lying to him. Yes, I'll have to come clean eventually. But right now, in this moment, I just want to be with him. I knock on his door, and when he opens it, he's wearing only his briefs, his chest bare and perfect. My mouth goes dry. Rain. He looks genuinely surprised to see me. His eyes travel over my body, and I feel heat pool in my stomach. I thought you were staying with Treasure tonight. I was going to, I admit, stepping closer. But I realized I didn't bring any of my things, my pajamas, my toothbrush. He says with a knowing smile. And you couldn't possibly survive one night without your toothbrush. Exactly, I say, playing along. Dental hygiene is very important to me. He laughs, stepping aside. Come in. When I enter, he closes the door behind us, and suddenly the air feels charged with electricity. So, did you really come to get your things? He asks, though his tone suggests he knows that's not why I'm here. Actually, I say, moving closer to him, I came because I couldn't stand being away from you. Rest my head against his chest and wrap my arms around him. His skin is warm under my cheek, and I can hear his heartbeat pick up speed. Without a word, he smiles and pulls me tighter against him. Nothing would make me happier than having you spend the night here, Rain. Look up at him and the expression on his face makes my breath catch. How did you know that's what I wanted? I guess I'm learning to read your mind, he says with that devastating smile. Then he lowers his head and captures my lips with his. The kiss starts gentle but quickly deepens, becoming more urgent, more intense. His hands slide down my back, pulling me closer, and I lose myself in the sensation of being in his arms. When we finally break apart to breathe, he rests his forehead against mine. Stay with me tonight, he whispers. Every night. Every night, I agree, and for this moment I let myself forget about the lies, the contest, the inevitable conversation we'll need to have. For tonight, I just let myself be with him. Hunsio's lips are on mine before I can catch my breath, which is probably for the best because if I had time to think, I'd remember that I'm a professional liar about to once again spend the night with a man who thinks I'm his actual fiancé. But apparently my brain has decided that moral dilemmas can wait, so here we are. We make love slowly, tenderly, like we have all the time in the world, which is hilarious considering I'm one confession away from this man either forgiving me or tossing me back into the pool where this nightmare started. But sure, let's ignore the fact that I'm a fraud wrapped in hotel sheets and bad decisions, and pretend this isn't the romantic equivalent of a Jenga tower about to collapse. When it's over, we just lie there tangled together, and I'm doing my best impression of someone who's not currently having a full-body panic attack about the lies I'm living. What are you thinking about? He asks, his fingers tracing lazy patterns on my shoulder. Oh, just wondering if you'll still want to touch me when you find out I've been faking amnesia this entire time like a low-budget soap opera villain. The usual post-intimacy thoughts. The question makes my heart skip, not in the romantic way, but in the oh god, is this the moment I confess everything and watch my life implode? Kind of way, this could be it. The moment. I could tell him everything right now. Rip off the band-aid. Confess that I'm a lying, scheming, amnesia-faking disaster who crashed this resort for revenge and accidentally fell in love along the way. But the words stick in my throat like they always do, because apparently my survival instinct is stronger than my conscience. I want to ask you a question, I say instead. Shoot, he replies with that easy smile that makes me want to both kiss him and confess all my crimes. I take a breath. Here goes nothing, or everything, probably everything. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, and I'm being very hypothetical here, if someone you really cared about turned out to be like a liar. Like they lied about something big, or hid something important, and then eventually they told you the truth later, would you forgive them? Could I be more obvious? Why don't I just get a megaphone and announce, I've been lying to you over the resort's speaker system? He tilts his head, studying me with those intense eyes that make me feel like he can see straight through to my guilty, panic-stricken soul. Why are you asking me such a question? Because I'm drowning in guilt, Hansio. Because every time you look at me like I'm worth something, I feel like a con artist at a charity gala. Because I'm one confession away from either the best or worst moment of my life, and I genuinely don't know which one it'll be. Answer me, I say, trying to keep my tone light. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I lied about something, and eventually I told you the truth. Would you be able to forgive me? He considers it seriously, and I hold my breath like I'm waiting for a jury verdict on a crime I definitely committed. Guess I would understand. You would understand, he nods. Yeah, I mean if I care about you and you care about me and you hid something or lied about something then later came clean, I'm sure you'd have a very good reason for it. I'd listen to that reason. As long as it's good enough, I'd understand. Good enough. Does I faked amnesia to crash a resort, get revenge on my ex and accidentally fell for you in the process, count as good enough? Asking for a friend. The friend is me, I'm the friend, he pauses then continues. Of course I don't like being lied to, nobody does. But sometimes we do certain things for certain reasons, right? Right, I whisper, relief washing over me like a cold shower I desperately need. He said he'd understand. He said it, okay. This might not end in complete disaster. Maybe just partial disaster. I can work with partial disaster. But I want you to know that you can always tell me anything, Hansio says, pulling me closer. Listen, Rain, forget about the fact that you're my fiancé and everything else. I'm telling you this in this moment just between us, you're very special to me. I never knew it was possible for me to feel about someone the way I feel about you. God, oh no, he's doing it. The romantic declaration that happens right before the protagonist's lies blow up in their face. This is fine, I'm fine, everything is fine. I'm definitely not having a crisis while he's being perfect. My breath catches in my throat and I'm pretty sure my heart is trying to escape through my ribcage. It's funny, but this is the first time I've felt this way about anyone. You're on my mind most of the time. I'm always thinking about you, and when you're unhappy, I feel unhappy too. And when you smile, I feel like my whole world is bright. Stop. Stop being perfect. Stop saying beautiful things that make me want to cry and confess everything and ruin this moment that I absolutely, categorically do not deserve. I chuckle, partly from emotion and partly because I can't quite believe someone like him exists and is saying these things to someone like me, a professional liar. Wow, are you serious? He nods, his expression completely sincere in a way that makes me want to both kiss him and jump out the window. Yes, you're very, very important to me, Rain, and I cannot imagine my life without you in it. If there's anything you need to tell me, don't hold back. I promise you I will understand. Promises he'll understand. He promises. But what if he doesn't? What if I faked amnesia and you're not actually my fiancé, and also I was engaged to someone else and I'm here for revenge? Is where understanding stops and restraining orders begin. My heart is racing like it's training for the Olympics. He might say this now, but what if he changes his mind when he finds out what I've done? What if he realizes I'm not the innocent amnesia victim he thought I was, but actually a calculating revenge seeker who lied her way into his room, his bed, and apparently his heart? No, it's too big a risk. Way, way, way too big. I smile and move closer, hugging him tight, burying my face in his chest so he can't see the guilt written all over my face in neon letters. I guess I'm lucky then because I feel exactly the same way. Liar. You're a liar lying to a man who's being completely honest with you. You're a fraud. A beautiful, well-intentioned fraud, but still a fraud. He kisses my forehead and holds me even tighter, and I let myself sink into this moment of perfect peace, even though part of me, okay, most of me knows I don't deserve it. Enjoy this while it lasts, Rain. Because eventually the truth is going to come out. It always does. And when it does, this beautiful moment is going to feel like a lifetime ago. This man is going to look at you like you're a stranger. And you'll have no one to blame but yourself. When morning comes, we're both getting ready with that easy comfort of people who have gotten used to sharing space, or in my case, people who are very good at pretending they belong in spaces they absolutely should not be in, like a resort I crashed without an invitation, or a fake relationship I'm maintaining through elaborate deception. You know, normal stuff. Good is your squash game. Huncio asks, grinning at me in the mirror like we're about to star in a couple's sports commercial where everyone's suspiciously attractive and nobody ever actually sweats. Quite good actually, I reply. You'll be amazed at what I can do. Good. Since we're going to be partners, the opposing team won't stand a chance, I promise you. I'm hooking up my belt when my brain decides to remember I have responsibilities beyond maintaining elaborate deceptions. Oh my God, I almost forgot. What happened? He asks, looking concerned in that annoyingly perfect way he does literally everything. I'm supposed to call my mom and check on Treasure. I need to go see her. I'll be back in a jiffy. Take your time, he says warmly, which makes me feel both loved and like the worst person who has ever existed. I'll meet you downstairs. Yeah, won't be long. I knock on Treasure's door with the enthusiasm of someone who's been awake for approximately 12 minutes and has already had 3 existential crises. When she opens it, she's already eating breakfast like a functional human being who has her life together, which is more than I can say for myself right now. Wow, I was worried you would probably still be in bed or maybe starving or something, but you seem to have helped yourself out. Morning to you too, Treasure replies, grinning. Apparently Huncio made arrangements for my breakfast. Someone came here and asked what I wanted to have. I feel that warm flutter in my chest again, the one that shows up every time Huncio does something thoughtful and reminds me that I'm lying to a genuinely good person. Huncio did that. Also makes me feel like absolute garbage, but we're not going to focus on that right now. Guilt spiral scheduled for 3 p.m, already penciled in. Treasure nods. Yeah, it's really cool. So I'm guessing last night was very intense, right? Not another word, I tell her quickly, pulling out my phone before she can dig deeper into my life choices. Let me quickly call Mom. I dial Mom's number and we have the usual conversation. She complains that I don't keep in touch, that I'm never available, and I tell her something went wrong with my phone. I tell her I miss her and I'll call more often. We exchange pleasantries, say our I love yous, and after the call ends, I sigh in relief. That went well. I'm so happy to know that Mom is in good health. I've literally been so worried about her. Okay, Treasure says. I was thinking of heading back today, but I think I'll just give myself a day's rest. I mean, I really love it here, but I'm sure I don't fit in. I don't see any other 19-year-old around. Yeah, but I mean you could stay a while if you wanted. She smiles. Why? Didn't you say you were supposed to have a +1? And it turns out that Richard allowed me to come here as his +1, so now that I'm not going to be dancing to his tune, he'll probably have me kicked out. That's not a problem. Huncio has a friend, Declan, and he didn't come with anyone. He works for Sionwoo, and he's very easygoing. He can be your +1. Treasure's eyes light up like I just told her Christmas came early. Oh, that's an interesting name. Tell me, is he hot? I chuckle. What is it with you and hot guys? Just kidding, just kidding. You do know I have a lot of admirers back home, right? Yeah, I'm not surprised. But I'll give you the same advice you gave me, don't get pregnant. I'm not ready to be an aunt. Treasure throws her head back and laughs, and for a moment everything feels normal, like I'm just a regular person having a regular conversation, not a fraud maintaining an elaborate deception. So what's going to happen today? I'm practically done with my breakfast. Tell her about the squash game and her face lights up like I just announced we're going to Disneyland. Oh my god, that's so exciting, can I take part? Well, you'd need to have a partner, it's meant basically for couples. Well, I'm not really interested in winning anything, Treasure says, but I guess it'd just be fun to be part of the game, right? I guess. So this Declan guy, does he have a partner? I think about it and shake my head. Not that I can think of. Come to think of it, I haven't really seen him participating in the games, so I'm guessing he's alone. Okay then, he can be my pretend partner for today. I just have to convince Huntsio, or you just have to convince Huntsio to talk to his friend. I just want to get a feel for the games, and after that bye-bye Sionwoo Resort. I smile. You're so nice. You have no idea how happy I am that you came here, but you need to know that Richard will be all around today, right? Don't worry, I have a very good plan for him. If he comes an inch closer to me, he's going to get what's coming. No, violence is not allowed in the resort, I tell her, though part of me wouldn't mind watching Richard get what he deserves. Treasure chuckles. Who said anything about violence? Come on, let's go. We leave the room, meet up with Huntsio, and I tell him about Treasure's desire to join the game since she's leaving tomorrow. Okay, that's cool, Huntsio says. I'll just call Declan then. As we're heading out of the hotel, Treasure asks Huntsio, how much of a loser is your friend Declan? Why do you ask? Huntsio looks amused. Well, I know I just want to enjoy the games, but I don't want a partner who'll make me lose easily. I mean, if he's very fit, he should be good at squash, right? Well, why don't you ask him yourself? Huntsio says, pointing to his left. Declan is coming over with a smirk on his face, and the moment Treasure sees him, her mouth falls open like someone just told her the secrets of the universe. I move closer and whisper, you're staring. Close your mouth before a fly gets into it. She closes her mouth and grins. Oh my Rain, it seems this place is crawling with hot guys. Wow. Can't believe I took back my words so soon. You don't know the half of it, I tell her. Get ready, you're going to be seeing a lot more. But remember, everyone is just here for fun. Come on, you know me, I fool around a lot, but I'm serious when I want to be. The 19-year-old who just drooled over a stranger. But sure, Treasure, very serious. When we arrive at the arena where the games are supposed to begin, everyone's pumped and ready. After all the contestants give their names, I notice Treasure has barely said a word to Declan since Huntspa introduced them. When Declan offered her a handshake earlier instead of a hug, the disappointed look on Treasure's face was priceless. I couldn't help but smile. However, as we walk toward the arena, they don't say a word to each other. The awkward silence is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Once we arrive and the MC begins to speak, he drops a bomb. The games for the day have been changed. My eyes widen in shock. Are you kidding me right now? Thus a lot of murmuring from the contestants. Richard and Sora, standing in the distance, don't look pleased either. However, Richard's focus is directly on me. He keeps staring like I'm a museum exhibit. After I look in his direction and our eyes lock, I turn my face away and grab Huntspa's hand like it's a life preserver. The other contestants begin questioning the MC, asking why the games were changed and what we're playing now. The MC smiles like he's enjoying our confusion. This is going to be a surprise, but it's a fun game. It's called Tug. Tug, Treasure asks. I know that game, it's really, really fun. Come on, who doesn't? I say, though I'm internally screaming. I was really looking forward to this squash game. Come on, this will be just as enjoyable, Treasure tells me. You think so too? I ask Huntspa. He shrugs. I don't think I really care much, I just want us to win, because I know if we win you're going to be happy. And there he goes again, being perfect. Stop it. Stop being perfect while I'm over here being a professional liar. Careful though, Treasure tells him. You have a worthy competitor right here, I will surely give you a run for your money. Her smiles. Looking forward to it then. MC continues. First, we're going to divide everyone into 2 groups. Each of you will toss a coin. Heads will go to Group A and tails will go to Group B. A great, more random chance to ruin my day. Don't like the direction this is going, I mutter under my breath. Wah, it's exciting, Treasure replies. I love suspense. Course you do, you're 19 and don't have a fake amnesia story to maintain. When Huntspa tosses his coin, it lands on heads. He moves to Group 8, please let me get heads. Please, please, please. Toss my coin, watching it flip through the air in what feels like slow motion. It lands, tails, of course. Because why would anything go my way, Tudder? I move to Group B, watching Richard toss his coin. Heads. He goes to Group A with Huntspa, great. Those 2 are together and I'm stuck over here. Treasure tosses next. Tails. She joins me in Group B, which is at least some consolation. Tails too and ends up in Group B with us, which is decidedly not a consolation. Declan tosses and gets tails, joining our group as well. After everyone finishes tossing, the groups are set. Group A, Richard ends up picking number 1, Huntspa number 6, and others pick different numbers. Group B, Treasure picks number 1, Sora number 2, Duckler number 6, me number 8, and others pick different numbers. The MC claps his hands together. All right, everyone, now that we have our groups, we'll do partner selection. Group A will pick their partners from Group B, alternating with Group B picking from Group A. We'll start with number 1 from Group A. Richard steps forward. He's number 1. I glance at Sora, who's standing in our group looking confident. Everyone here knows her as Richard's girlfriend or whatever they are. She's probably already planning their victory speech. The MC gestures toward Group B. Richard, please choose your partner. Richard scans our group slowly, and for a second his eyes land on Sora. She smiles, flipping her hair like she's in a shampoo commercial. Then his gaze shifts to me. No, don't you dare. Choose Rain, he announces clearly. The crowd murmurs. Sora's smile vanishes like someone just slapped it off her face. Hansio's expression hardens into something that could cut glass. What the hell is he doing? I refuse, I say immediately, my voice louder than I intended. I'm not being his partner. MC looks uncomfortable, like he just walked into a family argument at Thanksgiving. Miss Summers, once a partner is chosen. I don't care, I interrupt. I'm not playing with him. Richard steps forward with that infuriating calm smile that makes me want to throw something at his head. Rain, come on. I know better than anyone how athletic you are. You're the perfect partner for this game. We can win this together. How athletic I am. You've got to be kidding me right now. The way he says it makes my skin crawl. The other contestants are watching with interest now, probably wondering what's going on between us. Some are whispering to each other, of course they're whispering. This is exactly what Richard wants. Public drama. Public claim on me. The MC clears his throat nervously. Miss Summers, I'm afraid those are the rules. Once a partner is selected, you either play together or you forfeit this competition entirely. Look at Hansio. His jaw is tight, hands clenched at his sides like he's physically restraining himself from doing something. 100 points. This game is worth 100 points. I can't walk away from that. Grit my teeth so hard I'm surprised they don't crack. Fine, but don't expect me to be happy about it. Richard's smile widens like he just won the lottery, the Super Bowl, and Christmas morning all at once. Congratulations, Richard. You just trapped me, again. The MC quickly moves on, clearly eager to escape the tension. Next, number 1 from Group B will choose their partner from Group A. Treasure steps forward. She's number 1 in our group. She looks between the options in Group A, then her eyes land on Hansio. I choose Hansio, she says with a bright smile. Hansio nods politely, though I can see the frustration simmering in his eyes. He wanted to be my partner. Now he's stuck watching me play with Richard while partnered with my baby sister. This is fine. Everything is fine. I'm definitely not having a breakdown right now. Looks like she's about to spontaneously combust. Her face is red, her fists clenched so tight her knuckles are white. She just got publicly passed over by her own supposed boyfriend in favor of me, and now the guy she probably had her eye on as backup is taken too. Welcome to my old world, Sora. Population, miserable. The other contestants make their choices. Declan gets paired with someone random. Sora eventually gets chosen by some guy who looks way too thrilled about it, probably because she's beautiful and he doesn't know she's a human nightmare wrapped in designer clothes. Soon everyone has partners. I stand next to Richard, keeping as much distance between us as socially acceptable without literally standing in a different zip code, while he looks like the cat who got the cream, the canary, and the entire dairy farm. This is going to be fun, he says quietly, just for me. I don't respond. I just stare straight ahead, trying to ignore the fact that Hansio is watching us from across the arena with an expression that makes my chest hurt and my guilt multiply like rabbits. The MC continues explaining the rules, but I'm barely listening. All I can think about is, I'm partnered with my ex-fiancé who just publicly claimed to know me better than anyone. Sora looks like she wants to murder me with her eyes. I still have to maintain my amnesia act through all of this. 100 points are on the line. The universe isn't just pranking me anymore. It's actively wagging psychological warfare. The prize has been stationed at the top of the hill and is visible for everyone to see, the MC announces. Now, with the partner you've chosen, one person in the pair will have a white tag attached to their back. The job of the other partner is to protect this person. The tag, once touched by anyone, will change color to blue. Once it changes to blue, you're automatically out of the competition. Whoever gets to the top of the hill and picks the prize with the tag on their back still white is the winner. As I hear the rules, I turn and stare at Hansio one more time. He's looking at me too, and even from this distance I can see the concern in his eyes. Treasure runs over to me, bouncing with energy. Don't worry, Rain, I got your back. If I win, I will give you the prize. Least Treasure is paired with Hansio. Walk over to Hansio, needing to say anything before this disaster of a game begins. He says quietly, don't worry, put in your best, okay? I will also do my best to win for both of us. At this point, Richard butts in like the walking red flag parade he is. Not on my watch. Rain, as long as I'm here, I'm going to make sure you win. You can have the tag on your back and leave the rest to me. I roll my eyes so hard I nearly see my own brain and begin walking away. This was not how I planned my day. This was not how I planned my life. This is a disaster wrapped in a catastrophe and served with a side of emotional terrorism. But I didn't crash this resort, fake amnesia, and survive weeks of lies just to walk away from the biggest prize point of the competition. I'm going to win this game if it kills me. Which, given my current situation, it just might. The whistle blows and chaos erupts. All the pairs launch themselves toward the hill like their lives depend on it, which, considering the prize is 100 points and bragging rights, they kind of do. Richard immediately positions himself behind me, his hand hovering near my back where the white tag is attached. Stay close to me, he says. I'll protect you. Yeah, because that's exactly what I want, Richard's hands anywhere near me. Keep up, I snap, already running. The hill looms in the distance across an open field that looks deceptively flat until you're actually running on it. There are patches of uneven ground, random dips that could twist an ankle, and what looks like a small creek we'll have to cross about halfway there. The whole route is probably a 15-minute sprint if you're athletic. I didn't crash this resort and survive this long just to die on a hill with my ex-fiancé. Let's go. We dodge around other teams, some already getting aggressive. To my right, someone's partner gets tagged within the first 30 seconds, their white tag flashing blue like a neon sign of failure. The guy protecting her throws his hands up in frustration while she stands there looking devastated. 1 down, 20 to go, Richard mutters beside me. Rain, on your left, Richard yells suddenly. I swerve right as someone, a woman with braids and the desperation of someone who really wants those points, lunges for my tag like she's trying to catch a bus that's already pulling away. Richard steps between us, blocking her with his body like some kind of deranged Secret Service agent. She bounces off him, stumbles, and her own partner has to catch her before she faceplants into the grass. Thanks, I mutter, even though it physically pains me to say it. I told you, he says, jogging beside me with that infuriating confidence. I know you better than anyone. I know how you move, how you think. We go. Remember when we used to go running together? He continues, breathing only slightly hard. Every Sunday morning, you always insisted on taking the route past that coffee shop because you loved the smell of fresh pastries. I stare at him like he just announced he's actually a lizard person. What are you talking about? Our Sunday runs, he repeats like I'm crazy. You don't remember, we did it for months, it was our thing. Our thing, is this man actually insane? I don't have such ridiculous memories, I say slowly like I'm explaining to a toddler why they can't eat rocks. And I can bet my life that I never knew you before this resort, so stop this nonsense. You sound completely delusional right now and I'm starting to think you might be a psychopath. His face does this weird thing where he looks hurt and frustrated at the same time, like a puppy who just got scolded for eating the furniture. I'm just trying to help you remember our life together. We don't have a life together, I interrupt, jumping over a divot in the ground. You keep saying we do, but literally everyone here knows you have a girlfriend named Sora, so either you're lying or you're having some kind of breakdown. Either way, stop talking. He opens his mouth to argue, but I pick up my pace, leaving him to catch up. We're making decent progress, weaving through the chaos. Ahead of us, I spot Huntsio and Treasure. Treasure has the tag, and Huntsio is running alongside her like a bodyguard protecting a VIP. Every time someone gets close, he shifts position, blocking them without breaking stride. That's what a real partner looks like, Richard. To our left, I see Declan and his partner, a woman in her 30s who looks like she runs marathons for fun. They're moving fast, really fast, taking advantage of Declan's long legs and her obvious athleticism. But then disaster strikes. Another team's protector, a guy built like a refrigerator, charges at them from the side. Declan tries to block, but refrigerator guy is faster. He ducks under Declan's arm and tags his partner's back in one smooth motion. Blue. No. Declan's partner screams, stopping dead in her tracks. We were so close. Declan looks genuinely upset, his competitive streak clearly wounded. Sorry, he tells her. I should have seen him coming. And that's 2 teams down, see that? Richard says beside me, breathing hard now as we push up the slope. That's why you need someone who really knows you protecting your back, Rain. The audacity, the absolute unhinged audacity of this man. Say nothing, I just run faster. The hill is getting steeper now, the resort's gleaming towers visible over the crest. Up there somewhere is a prize worth 100 points. Up there is the difference between winning and watching everything I came here for slip through my fingers. Behind me, the chaos of the game plays out, shouts, laughter, the occasional shriek of someone who just got tagged. Somewhere in that noise is Huntsio, protecting my sister, probably furious that I'm stuck with the man who broke my heart. I'm going to win this. For the job. For myself. For the woman who drove a dying car across Jeju Island and walked through those gates with nothing but rage and a fashion portfolio. For Richard. Never for Richard, I keep running.
Rain didn't set out to be a liar. She set out to survive. But here's the truth. The longer you wear a mask, the harder it becomes to remember your own face. And when someone offers you grace before you've even asked for it, staying silent isn't protection anymore. It's fear. Moral lesson. You were not born to survive people who don't choose you. You were born to be seen fully and without apology. Hunseo basically opened the door and said, I will understand. And Rain still couldn't walk through it. So I need you in the comments right now. Team tell him now or team finish what you started? Which side are you on? Like, subscribe, and hit the bell because episode 10 is where the truth comes out. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. See you in the next episode.